We're now turning to the impact of January 6th locally. 17's Maddie Gannon joins us in studio with a look on the political significance of the day that puts a spotlight on the Golden Empire. Maddie.
Christian, unsurprisingly, perspectives on the day split evenly down the majority of each party. But January 6th also stoked divide within the Republican caucus, posing a central question as the party looks ahead. Arguably nowhere else in the country, certainly no other single city, has a starker example of that inside its boundaries than right here in Bakersfield and Kern.
Madam Speaker, members of Congress.
It was a day in the halls of Congress that went from a constitutionally required formality,
let's walk down Pennsylvania Avenue,
to an attack on the United States Capitol, the likes of which has never been seen before in America. Thousands of people, many sporting Donald Trump paraphernalia, rushed the U.S. Capitol building, breaking windows, assaulting police officers, and delaying the certification of the 2020 election results.
This was a fraudulent election.
On January 13th, Bakersfield Congressman Kevin McCarthy took to the House floor, the same one that had been torn apart just a week before.
Let me be clear. Last week's violent attack on the Capitol was undemocratic, un-American, and criminal.
The House Minority Leader denounced what happened that day, putting blame on the former president and his close ally for not doing more to stop the attack.
The president bears responsibility for Wednesday's attack on Congress by mob rioters.
But then came the former president's second impeachment trial, this time for his role on January 6th. That was the vote that split Kern's two congressmen.
I believe impeaching the president in such a short time frame would be a mistake.
McCarthy voting not to impeach, saying it would further divide the country. Bakersfield's other congressmen crossed party lines.
I rise today.
The Republican David Valadao saying Trump's rhetoric on January 6th was an impeachable offense, joining only 10 other GOP House members. It was a vote indicative of the crossroads in which the Republican caucus finds itself. The question of how big of a role the former president will play in the future of the party, exemplified by two Republican congressmen right here in Bakersfield and Kern.
He will play whatever role he wants to play.
Republican political analyst Kathy Abernathy saying the former president hasn't answered that question yet, but it's a storyline that's continued through the year, coming up again with the idea of a 9/11 style commission. The vote again, dividing Kern's two men in Washington. McCarthy voting no and arguing a commission shouldn't limit its scope to one day in January, but instead should also investigate unrelated violence by the left. Valadao sticking with his embrace of reaching across the aisle when he deems necessary, voting to authorize the commission and saying it was needed to remove politics from the issue.
Pelosi has broken this institution.
When House Speaker Nancy Pelosi rejected 2 out of McCarthy's 5 Republican nominees to sit on the January 6 panel, the House Minority Leader decided not to give any more options, which Abernathy says brings the two Bakersfield congressmen together.
The biggest issue that they would both agree on right now with what this commission is doing is that the commission has not allowed the leader of the Republican Party to appoint the Republicans to the committee that's investigating it.
Most recently, McCarthy's called the panel a partisan political tool. And Abernathy points out Valadao has joined in some of those sentiments, still saying the American people deserve to know the truth about January 6th, but now saying the commission will only divide us further.
We have to enforce the laws regardless of the politics, regardless of what the crime was. That's what Congress should be spending time on, in my opinion, and I believe both those congressmen would agree.
As the nation marks a year since January 6th, the question of which direction the GOP will head going forward still remains. It's one of the biggest narratives driving American politics, and it's all playing out in Kern, a conservative-leaning county and one of the bluest states in the nation. McCarthy's team sent us a statement this morning referring to the actions on January 6th as, quote, as wrong can be, but went on to say that 1 year later, the commission investigating the attack is, quote, a partisan political weapon being used to further divide our country. Valadao's team declined to comment. In studio, Maddie Gannon, 17 News.